Good morning. It is 7:29 a.m. out here in Palm Springs. Got the visitor center right behind me there. And we are going for Leatherneck Ridge up to the Palm Springs aerial tramway. I am absolutely not going for San Jacinto. I've been there before. Not part of it today. So essentially we're gonna scramble up this thing right here, head up the ridge line. I think the tram is somewhere around here. Should be a long, rough day. Some class 3 and 4. But first, we've got to walk a mile of this desert landscape. That's fine though, it's only a mile. So I'm gonna try to get across this pretty quickly so we can start the fun stuff. Long day today. So within the first 0.7 miles, the footpath that I was following just kind of disappeared. And now I am in far more rugged terrain. It's still fine, but just something to note. Just playing it by ear, nothing crazy so far. All right, made it onto the road. Now we're gonna catch this ridgeline right around here. Let's see. So the idea here is to ascend the ridge closest to where the road meets it, I guess. So I think this is my entrance. I'm just gonna go straight up this. I've reached the bottom of the ridge ascent. It's been 45 minutes. I've climbed a little over 500 feet in a mile and a half. So now we are going up for the remainder of the day to the top of the tramway. I need to reiterate, I am not going to San J today. Been there, done that, ain't got nothing to prove. I'm almost up to the first saddle, and I actually was able to bypass this little knob here by just going around the southeast side of the hill. So yeah, that's helpful, saving me a little bit of energy. I'm gonna go straight from the saddle and then climb up the rest of the way. I just reached mile 2. In a half mile, I've climbed 1,000 feet. We are moving along. I also stayed along the south side and kept side hilling from the saddle after that initial knob there. Here, I think you should actually catch the ridge. That cost me a little extra effort. Otherwise, feeling good. Let's get it going. I haven't seen a single cairn. It's been a non-stop class 3 scramble since we reached the bottom of the ridge line. So I imagine this is gonna be a pretty incredible day. We've climbed 2,700 feet in 3 miles, and it's been 2 hours. We are in this grassy meadow, a pretty significant landmark. The GPX goes up this way over here, which seems to make sense. It's the most gentle way up to that summit plateau right there off in the distance. So I'm gonna follow that. Damn, what a reality check. Oh man, that is huge. A lot of work to do. Man, I can't wait to be up in those pines. From what I read online, right here toward the top is where the crux is, the most difficult part of the climb. And you can kind of see that in those, in that granite up there. It looks like it gets a little chunky, but we'll see. Wow, this is super rad. Okay, I need to get down there. All right, now that things have simmered down, we're onto these rolling hills, a lot of grass. It's still very steep, and there still are some class 3-ish sections, but it's mostly a lot more gentle than it was at the intro. So now we are going onward. Gorgonio off in the back, making for some good scenery. Salton Sea poking out over there. We're almost to about the snow level, maybe another 1,000 feet. So we'll see how that goes. Of course. Of course. We are at the 5,400 foot mark, and it looks like we have reached the base of the bushwhack. It's not too bad. I've got to squeeze through this brush. So it's a little circuitous, a little brushy, but overall manageable. We'll see. Okay. We're getting better eyes on the remainder of the route. It looks like the snow line isn't, or it's about as rough as I expected. So we've got the continued light to moderate bushwhack here, and it looks like it gets a little more rocky just past that as we ascend further toward the tree line. And then we also start entering the snow, which will probably make it a little more slick, but we'll see. Little update, I'm at the 6,000 foot level and it started snowing. So now I'm in a light snowstorm. Okay, we've made it to 7,500 feet roughly. Looks like it's a dragon back the rest of the way to the top of, what is it, Round Valley, I believe. 1,600 feet left to climb, which is pretty significant considering we've come at least 7,000. Leaving that last peak just got way more rugged. Class 3 scramble with brush and snow, circuitous, and ooh, woo, tricky. Moving right along. Oh, oh, dude, I came the wrong way. All right, I gotta go back on that side. This is all too cliffy, so we'll see what's back over here. So yeah, for not following the GPS. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta trust your gut, and sometimes you're gonna be wrong. Oh, right across there. I knew that. I always know when I've had enough when I start cursing aloud at myself. Sluggish. Just gotta beat sunset, that's all I gotta do. We've reached the last 2 ridge spurs before we do the final ascent. And it looks like it's probably about 1,000-ish feet. I do like being at this altitude at 7,800 feet. Right around 75 is where the snow became really dry. So my feet didn't feel as wet and they consequently didn't feel as cold, which I'm pretty stoked about.
So yeah, my feet are drying off. That's really good. Yeah, let's go ahead and finish this up. Oh Lord. Woo! Okay. Oh man. I've reached the top. God damn. It's funny, the map just looks like some gentle meadows all the way back to the tram station. Here we are, trudging through 6 inches of snow across, well, 6 to 12 inches across who knows what's underneath, but mostly granite, fallen trees. Definitely trying to navigate around these big boulders, doing my best. Otherwise, still having fun. I'm getting close because I found some tracks, and they are not hiking boots. They are most definitely like Chuck Taylors or Vans. There's no grip to them whatsoever, so that means I'm getting real close to the tram station. It's always so interesting to me how comforting it feels to be surrounded by people when you do these more rugged ascents from the desert floor. We finally reached the crux of the ascent.